we got her to the vet, and that started our whole little adventure. Yeah, we're still here. We're on the live stream thing.
And she's up for adoption?
She is. She is up for adoption.
No offers yet. No
takers
at this point.
How, if someone's interested in adopting her, who should they contact?
It's Team Stinky Kiss is the rescue that we're going through.
Okay.
So if anyone's interested in adopting Belle, then they should go through Team Stinky Kiss. They're handling all the adoptions.
Okay. And is there a website or Facebook or?
They do. They have a Facebook page. It should have all their contact information on it.
We'll to their page too.
Yeah, they're a local rescue in our area.
So it's Team Stinky Kiss?
Oh, correct.
All right. That's a great name. Yeah. So how long has she been with you?
Oh, it's been... How many weeks has it been, Chelsea?
About 3.
About 3 weeks. It's been about 3 weeks.
Right. She looks very skinny.
Yes, she is. She's actually a lot better than she was, believe it or not. So she's definitely making progress.
That's great.
She likes to play around and go for little walks and hang out in the yard. Before, she wouldn't even want to get up. But now she's ready to kind of start exploring and being a dog again.
If you're just tuning in, we are in Georgia.
Thank you.
What part of Georgia is that?
We're in Augusta, Georgia.
Okay. And we're hanging out with our buddy, Dollar Belle.
Can she see?
She's from, she was found outside of a Dollar Tree, you said?
Yeah, she was found outside a Dollar Tree really late one night right before Hurricane Irma hit.
Silly lady. Yeah, come here, baby.
Where was she found again? Like, what part?
She was actually found in Beach Island, which is right outside where we are. So that's South Carolina is where she was found, which we border South Carolina. So she was found at a Dollar Tree in Beach Island, South Carolina.
Jane asks, where are y'all located?
Right now, we're in Augusta, Georgia.
And if you're interested in adopting, you can visit Team Stinky Kiss on Facebook. We'll post a link to that shortly.
Come here, baby.
And did you say you wanted to do have the vet talk, or?
Yeah, we actually have her vet on the line. If anyone has any medical questions relating to any of her conditions or her care.
Dr. Good can actually explain her condition and kind of what it's Dr. Good on speaker. And Dr. Good can explain what her condition is and what the plan of treatment is in the future, if you don't mind, Dr. Good.
Hey, Dr. Good. Would you be able to explain a little bit about Belle and her condition and her treatments? Okay.
So, should I just talk?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, so basically what Belle has, she was born with, usually in the fetal structures, there are multiple aortic arches, which are part of the aorta, which is the main artery coming out of the heart that feeds the rest of the body. And most of those just dissolve before birth. But some people and some dogs are born with what's called a persistent right aortic arch. And so it basically goes from the right side over across to the other side of the heart, but over the esophagus, which is on the left side, which you don't notice a lot when you're little. But as you grow, that starts to stretch, right? It's not a vessel that is patent. It doesn't work at all. It just works as like a fibrous band. And so it starts to become it's like a rubber band tightening across the esophagus, which is where the food goes down. And so basically you create as if you had tied off a hose. So you get all this dilation on the front part of the hose, right? And nothing's getting past that obstruction. So in these dogs and in people too, the esophagus in front of that fibrous band gets very dilated, and they can't keep any food down because it won't really go past properly, so they just regurgitate it up. If you catch it early enough, and when you have owners that are caring and notice that their dog is not keeping food down, if you catch it early enough, you can do surgery and take off that fibrous band, and the esophagus can potentially return to normal, and they can have a normal life. Unfortunately, in Belle's case, nobody cared, and so she's grown to the age of 5, and with this dilation. So we can still do the surgery. I don't know whether or not her esophagus will ever go back to normal, but it may retain some of its muscle memory. We can see.
And what about her care, her current care, and possible future care?
Yeah, so basically what we did is we put in we put in a feeding tube directly into her stomach. That's just what we call a low profile gastric tube, so that you don't really notice it, so we're able to feed her. So right now her care involves just giving her food through that. It's really easy. You hook up a tube, you feed her food, she's happy, and she's putting on weight really nicely. So at this point, that's what we're looking for, trying to get her back to a healthy body weight. We're also treating her for her heartworm positive status, even though she's not clinical. What we'd like to do is once she's at a healthy body weight, is to go ahead and do that surgery to try and get rid of that right aortic arch, that fibrous band, so that her esophagus can be free and we can see if it can retain some of its shape. Awesome. So that's sort of where we are.
So what does it mean to be non-clinical for the heartworms?
So it just means that she comes up positive on a test that she doesn't have any adult worms in any of her vessels or in her lungs. So basically, we just treat her for the microscopic disease, which is the precursors to the worms. So when an animal comes up positive, you have to treat them for a month, and then you test them again in several months, and most of them are then negative for it. You've killed off the precursors to the worms. So she basically just is finishing up some antibiotics, and then she's getting monthly tick protection like any dog would, and then we just retest her in a few months.
Awesome. So that should clear up once she's all done with that antibiotic?
Yep. Well, when we retest her, I think she should test negative in about 5 months. We'll retest her, and she should be negative by then. But she's been tolerating. The biggest danger when you refeed these guys that have been starving is for them to have metabolic derangements, and she hasn't had any of that. She's done so incredibly well, and she's just flourished. She's gotten so much stronger. She's putting on weight nicely. She's a happy dog. So that's been really encouraging.
How long do you think it's going to take until she's a good weight to go through that surgery?
Realistically, probably 2 to 3 months.
And then she should be a healthy weight to go ahead and go through that surgery she needs?
Yeah, because it's a big surgery, and you want her to be in the best physical shape. You want her to have good muscle mass and have the stores that she needs to have that stress on her body.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
And for those who just tuned in,
do you want me to stay on the line?
Yeah, just a minute.
For those who just tuned in, we are in Augusta, Georgia, to answer Karen's question. This is in Augusta, Georgia, and and to adopt Belle, you can visit Team Stinky Kiss on Facebook. We'll post a link to that as soon as the video's over. So thanks so much to everyone for watching. And thanks so much to Belle's foster family and Team Stinky Kiss.